Throughout World War I and the Russian Revolution, Russia's economy, resources, government, and population depleted drastically. Before the war and revolutions, Russia's resources, represented by these blue dots, were plentiful, 4/5 of which were agricultural. However, at the end of the war, their resources were diminished by 67%. Russia lost a lot of money in these years. They had 21.1 billion rubles to start out with and 8 billion rubles by the end. Each of these green dots represents 7.4 million US dollars. Russia's economic growth rate before the war was at 5%. After the war, their product cost rose to 400%, which caused their economic growth rate to decrease. This caused civilian families to not have enough money. With the civilians unable to support their families, around 2 million died of starvation, exposure to the element, or war zones. Before the war, Russia had 1.5 million soldiers. Each of these orange dots represents 500,000 soldiers. They lost 2.5 million soldiers, and throughout the war they kept replacing them because everybody kept dying. These purple dots represent 250,000 members of the aristocracy. There is 1 million in total. The most influential members were the Tsar and the Tsarina. The Tsar went to the war front and left the Tsarina in charge. People do not trust her judgment. By the end of the war, Russia lost a total of around 4 million people, most of which were the soldiers due to the food and lack of supplies. Each of these red dots represents 250,000 deaths. With all this happening, Russia's lands changed.